Right.
Not enough?
Should be enough.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can get on that side, I think. Hold on. Nope, you're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it. Well, let's trade, because I think this one makes
Hey, yo.
yours, aren't they? No.
Zoe Williams here, the voice of reason. We got a new chick in the building.
Newbie.
Tell him your name.
I'm Raylan.
Her name is Raylan, niggas. Raylan's a Leo, nigga.
August 26th.
She's a what?
Leo.
Did you see that?
No, I had to think about what it was. I was like, a Leo.
First off, Gemini, Leo,
Right.
tag team.
That's all I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I had to think I knew my dog for a second.
Zoe Williams is in the building. Listen, today's topic is gonna be crazy. We got some new people in the building. What up? What up? I see y'all coming in. Y'all already know. We got to shout out. Hold on, let me see where I got 2 minutes. We got to shout out Houston.
Oh, this is the one we're on here.
Got to show Houston some love. We're gonna find all of the places you can donate to Houston. But also, don't forget, hit that super chat button and donate to the Zoe What Show, Voice of Reason show as well. We got 2 minutes before we go live. It's gonna be special. Hey!
Right, I'm like, we got a whole situation over here. Hey! Yeah. Sometimes I just don't look over. Right, that's why nobody sits there.
Nah, you know what it is? I had that damn energy drink. Lock that in.
You and these drinks.
Yeah, lock that in.
I'm gonna get some though. On Friday, I'm gonna order a case, I think.
Nah, I need her to come in. That's our cardologist.
I didn't
Tell her to call back. I didn't like.
Knowledge.
I'll pick up.
You just ignored her. It's cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
I didn't know who it was.
look, hey, I can't get through. I mean, it's cool.
Tell her to call back. I'll
I'm just used to answering the phone and shit when people call.
Let me share the links and then we'll look it up when he's talking about it.
Hey, and you should thank me, because I looked out for you today. I talked about your show. And I told Michelle we gotta create a sport, Dash Sports. And we gotta put your show in it.
Yeah.
So look out, I did that.
Appreciate that.
You had to dig, now answer the damn phone.
Alright, we about to go live.
5 o'clock.
The little one's not working.
And I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this is gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't here, and you still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How is that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss a woman's ass. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He helped me had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
You like it when it pinches the neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason. Yeah. You already know what it is. It's Wednesday. The voice of reason is back in the building at Dash Talk Radio. It's been a very productive day today. Zoe is out here giving niggas shows.
Right, go ahead, Jeff Brown.
We got Jeff Brown locked in September 7th.
That's right, go.
Man, y'all better not miss the Jeff Brown show.
Right.
Oh, God.
What is it called? What is it? The Irreverent Hour?
The irrational hour, right? No?
What is it?
Irrational?
The Irrational Hour? The Irreverent Hour?
Some
He's
about
one
him
of them,
being
but hey,
nonsensical.
Jeff Brown is about to smack niggas upside the dome piece on their way home from Jones Beach. It's about to be crazy. Produced by Zoe Williams, of course. I'm gonna be in there making sure that Jeff stays somewhat near the rails. Nah, but it's gonna be wild. I'm really excited for Jeff Brown. He been rolling with me. Listen to this. I want y'all to hear this. Jeff Brown has been rolling with me and the So What morning show for 5 years.
Wow. Go ahead on.
When I created the So What morning show, that was 2012. We had 2017.
Wow.
So Jeff put his time in, and now it's time for us to support him big time.
That's right.
September 7th, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
All
The
right.
inappropriate
That's
hour.
2 to 4 Eastern Standard Time.
Right.
Get your ass to Dash Radio Dash Talk, the irreverent hour.
The inappropriate hour.
The inappropriate hour. Oh, he's going to be very inappropriate.
Very.
The inappropriate hour with Jeff Brown.
That's right, Jeff. Woo.
Yeah. All right, listen, you already know what I do before the shows. We promote a couple of things. I got a sister on the line right now. I keep telling people, y'all better get into these cards. She's a master of them. Let's bring her on. Is she on for us? Is she on right now? Aquarius Maximus. Listen, I need you to tell people why they need to be at the Luxor Hotel October 11th, 2017 for your cardology conference. What the fuck are the cards? What do they mean? Why is it important? Tell us what it is and why we should be there. Damn. Okay, so watch this. I'm a show me type motherfucker. Show me, you bad. Show me then. You know, I'm one of them. We got 3 sisters in the building right now. I want you to pick one of them. Okay, we have Mimi the Pisces.
Hello.
We have Tiffany the Gemini.
Hi.
And we have Raylan the Leo.
Yes.
Your natural opposite.
Everybody skips the Leo.
Hilarious.
Okay.
Pisces, hey.
Whoa.
March 4th, 1971.
Hey now, Mama.
Baby girl.
Yes.
Reader.
Yes.
No, that's cool.
Yes.
Well, shit, don't give out her Social Security. It's
Right. Phoebe was holding back on that.
a lot of information coming out of this motherfucker. She's a 6. Oh shit. That's why I stay the fuck away from me. I promise you.
A 6 of spades, huh?
She can't do nobody wrong. If she do somebody wrong, that shit coming back immediately.
ask you as far as how to make money making ideas, and you know, you might be a little bit confused as to which one to go with. And part of her challenge this year is to focus, like to put all her effort into one thing and to make that thing successful. That's what's going on with her. But the particular card that I see, the card of mental focus, a lot of times we wind up focusing on the wrong thing. Like we get so fixated on that one thing that we think we want, and we miss the thing that's there for us. So that's one of the things that I see right there. I also see somebody coming from your past, somebody that's coming for some resolution, like a relationship that's coming to resolve something.
That nigga coming back. You know who that nigga is? Okay, cool. Go ahead, finish.
Hold on. It's just some karmic stuff. It's some stuff that she set in motion that has to get fixed, that has to get cleared, so that her relationship future is open.
Mimi, was she on point?
You know what? She is correct on some things, you know what I mean?
You under there?
Yeah, I see she's not playing over there. I see her.
Listen,
I see her.
Aquarius, tell people how they sign up to participate in your event in October at the Luxor. Cardologyconference.com.
And one of the things that I'm offering when you purchase into the conference is I'm offering a free tuition to my cardology certification.
Oh.
1 year program, you become a certified cardologist. You learn everything that I know, and when you come to the conference, you get tuition.
Well, wait a minute.
Wow.
Let me clear some things up for people that are afraid. Is cardology devil worship? Because you know, Christians is scared of, niggas is Christians, they scared.
Well, they just scared.
This is evil. Is this going to bring the Exorcist to the crib or Annabelle or any of that kind of shit? Okay. I can smoke a bag of that. Go to her website right now, cardologyconference.com. Let me say once again, thank you for calling in, sweetheart. And call in again Friday, because I want you to continuously promote this up until the event. Shit, I got somewhere to be in November, but in October, I might be at the Luxor.
Right.
Getting certified on a whole nother level.
Exactly. Right. Because she's doing her thing over there.
All right. Thank you so much, Aquarius, for calling in, babe.
Thank you.
Wow, she looked out for you, Mimi.
I know, huh? Wow.
On the getting red up side of the game.
I know. Wow. It went down, huh?
It really did. See, people be reading Mimi, and Mimi be keeping quiet. Like, shit. These niggas, why they choose me all the time?
Oh, that water sign. Go ahead.
So, real quick, got a couple more things to promote. The Black, what is it? What is it?
The Black Power Awards.
The Black Power Awards. Zoe's going to be there in a major way, right? I'm doing an after party for legendary rapper Rakim.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Lifetime Achievement Award.
Right on.
He's only the God MC.
Right.
You don't get nobody without Rakim.
No.
That's how great he is. You don't get anybody. Anybody that came after him, he's responsible. I'm sorry. You hear 50? 50 mention Rakim all the time. Am I lying?
Nas did a song about.
My favorite rapper saying, check out my melody. He says that in his rhymes. Rakim is, the greatest. That's November 17th. Go to blackpowerawards.com. Zoe Williams will be co-hosting that with Sonny Patterson. Beautiful young lady I can't wait to meet.
Oh, shoot.
I'm just saying. I'm a man.
Right.
You are.
Pretty females. Jesus. I'm supposed to investigate.
Investigate.
Listen.
Yeah, that's it.
Listen. You'd think I was gay if I didn't show some kind of, if you didn't move me in some kind of way.
True. That, especially Mimi. If
know how many-
you gay.
You know how many sneak, let me tell you something.
You gay.
You know how many sly sneak feels I've gotten off of Mimi? That extra hold, you get that hug, you just hold for 2 seconds more.
Okay, now.
You get that strong forearm area. Motherfucker, don't go no. Where the fuck you going? I'm sorry.
Real talk.
I'm not trying to be a perv. I'm just beautiful women. That shit means something. I mean, to men.
Right.
Right.
Whoa! Can't wait to meet Sonny Patterson. I'll be down there.
Going down.
November 17th. Black Power Awards. Get there right now. Also, I think, also on the 18th is the after party, which is Saturday. Friday, the 17th, when I get into town, I got a workshop for my book. So they got a gang of people doing presentations and workshops. Zoe is doing the relationship dismount workshop.
Whoa. Hey.
Man, y'all come to Atlanta and get hit upside the dome piece
Y'all need that.
with jewels. This book is not a game.
Infinite.
I made a house call the other day.
Well,
Yeah. Somebody was,
Oh, an in-person life coaching?
seriously,
Yeah.
somebody was going through a breakup. And they was like, yo, man, I need to holler. A friend of mine, it was a sister.
That's nice.
I was like, I got you. I don't like giving away free copies of the book, but I gave her mine.
Ooh, honey.
I gave her mine. Because, she like family.
Yeah.
that's right.
Like, so I was like, I got you.
Right.
And I was like, do the goddamn exercises.
This is the Bible of relationships.
It's not a game.
Yeah, it's the business.
It's just not a game. It's gonna make you look at yourself. I got a lot of people who've been reaching out, especially brothers.
Wow.
It be
A
helping them, yeah.
lot of brothers be like, God damn, so I ain't never looked at it that way, bro. Shit. I've been fucking people over for many years now. Nah, but it's a powerful book, The Relationship Dismount. Get your copy now at IamZoeWilliams.com. Black Power Awards from the 17th through the 19th. I'll be in Atlanta for that. I think I should promote one other thing. David Banner is going to host the Black Power Awards. That's just going to be
Yeah,
crazy.
you said that.
One other thing I have to promote here. Total Package Energy. You thought I didn't have one before this show? You think I'm not going to sleep tonight, my nigga? I'm up. Do you get it? Total Package Energy is a problem.
For you, of course. Yes, it is.
No, this shit is real. Have you had one?
No, not yet. But I'm looking at the website right now because me and Mimi were just talking about ordering.
Do you guys want me to? No,
Yes,
before you
samples,
order, because I got bottles,
Yes.
Oh, shoot.
my nigga.
Yes.
I got bottle service of this shit right now.
Yeah, we need that.
He's the dope man.
No, seriously, do you want to try it?
Yes.
You can't drink a whole bottle.
No.
How?
Drink a third of that shit and see how you feel. It's just rocket fuel for me.
I see.
Oh, yeah. Case is very affordable. Hello.
The case is $29.
Oh, you can't beat that with a stick.
Go
I'm about to
to
order me
man.
some. Well, let me sample this first. Yeah, come on now.
Total Package Energy. I promise you, it's better than 5 Hour Energy. It's better than Red Bull. It's better than all of that shit. That's all I can tell you.
Well, I need that.
And then there's another thing. I haven't gotten a chance to speak directly to the YouTube fans. Hey, turn that camera towards me so I can talk to them.
Oh, yay.
Aw.
YouTube, I love and respect y'all. But I need y'all to support the holographic relationship. I haven't promoted it in a while. We're taking pre-orders. You go to my website, iamzowilliams.com, and pre-order your copy now of the holographic relationship. If you think the relationship dismount, how to stick the landing when exiting a toxic relationship was sick, there's a lot of people who haven't read this book yet. I got 30,000 subscribers on YouTube. We're broadcasting live right now. A lot of people ain't read this yet. A lot of you YouTubers haven't purchased this yet. Get a copy. But if you have gotten it, and you have read this book, if you think this book was sick, the holographic relationship is going to turn your whole shit inside out. I promise you. I promise you. It's just going to be right. Somebody said, I have one I pre-ordered. Good looking.
Right.
Reggie, Indiana. I'm telling you, go there right now, iamzowilliams.com, and click books. Pre-order your copy right now. I'm done with the promotion. Let's get into the topic. We're waiting for another special guest, Psychic Wayne.
Yes, Wayne. Come on.
But before we get there, let's get the topic. I got to present this topic to y'all because you guys seem to be the most confused about relationships.
Yes, I am. Oh my God.
Can I be real?
Yes. Complicated.
Listen, women quick than a motherfucker to call men crazy.
No.
Y'all crazy. And y'all be tripping. But women are the craziest, as Tretch once said. Okay? Women are the craziest in relationships. So I decided to come up with this topic, which I think is on time, apropos. Hot topic. Are you delusional about relationships? A deeper look at delusional relationship goals. Fucktards. I know it's wrong, but I got to call y'all out on it. In what ways do we delude ourselves in order to keep a dysfunctional relationship from ending?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, you guys do it a lot. 323
There we are.
230 4610. That's the number to dial. What are some of the best excuses you've made for your partner when clearly they mean you no good?
Ooh.
Fucktards.
Enzo, you're going in so hard today.
I like to go in hard on women.
Jesus, why did I say that?
Oh,
That part.
shoot, that was birth.
You know what I mean? Y'all better feel me. Do you know someone, women or men, who are in love with someone who doesn't seem to love them back in the same way? Y'all crazy.
Man.
Y'all be loving a nigga harder, thinking that it will make him love you.
Right.
Oh.
Somebody loves you back. In what way does your fear of loss help you create delusional relationship goals? Deluded motherfuckers. I'm ready to deal with you, ladies.
Let's deal with it.
Mimi, walk us through the process of delusion. Believing in a nigga that clearly don't believe in you. Accepting his excuses.
Man, we as women, we do it all the time. Not all women, but most women do it all the time. I mean, they make up excuses saying he's going to change. he loves me, you know.
I can change him.
I can change him. Nobody can take my man. You know, even if he says no, he's busy, in her mind, she feels like he'll be back. I mean, nothing that he does makes her feel like she should give up because she feels like that's her man.
Yeah.
And she's entitled to him. He can even be with another woman, and she's like, but that's my man. You know what I'm saying? And if they really stalk her enough, he might find her outside in the bushes. You know what I'm saying? Trying to find him and find whoever else he's with because she wants to stake her claim. This is my man, and you need to spread out.
I think spread out. I think that is the key word. Claim.
Claim.
Yes.
Yep.
Ladies need to understand, just because you claim the nigga doesn't mean he belongs to you.
Right.
We have a youngster in the building.
Yeah.
She's 12.
Oh my God.
No, she's 11 twice.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm 11 twice. I'm 22.
You know what I wanted to say before I forget because it's very important.
Don't forget, shit.
Aquarius, when she just gave me the reading that she gave me, the reason I was silent afterwards is because, you know, when she mentioned the comeback, I thought about my kid's father. And then prior to that, she asked my birth year. And I thought, oh, shit, I said that on the radio. So my mind just stayed there. But honestly, she hit it on the head. I look out for people. She, you know, I have a good heart. And a lot of things that she said to me are true indeed. So I wanted to make sure I put that out there. Like, you know, sister know what she talking about. Go on Aquarius, girl.
Right, go ahead, Aquarius. Go ahead,
Aquarius Maximus.
You are.
Okay. You guys delude yourselves at all turns in relationships. And the weird shit is you turn around and then you blame us for the kind of relationship you got. I want to talk to the youngster.
Okay.
I know it's early. It's early in the game. You might not be aware of how you've fooled yourself.
No, I'm aware.
We'll go deeper then.
No, I don't know. Especially when you're attracted to somebody, like you have that one thing that you're attracted to, whether it be physical attraction, sexual attraction, then you kind of feel like you're not gonna get that with anybody else. You kind of want to stay in that space with that person, so you might want to stay. I know sometimes it's like one thing about the person that I'm really attracted to that makes me want to stay, even if I feel like they're giving me the short end of the stick. I'm not really getting, cheating myself. But I'm kind of thinking like, you know, maybe he'll change. I can change him.
Women. You guys, are you listening to the women? They are teaching us. They are creatures of payoff. They could be in some bullshit, but as long as they're getting their payoff. Creatures of payoff. We've coined some new shit in this motherfucker. Psychic Wayne is in the building. What up?
How is everybody?
Man, you see what we're talking about? We're talking about how people have delusional relationship goals.
Well, yeah. Actually, I think that's okay as long as you balance that with reality. Because look, I think if you really believe that you can fall in love with somebody and stay with them for the rest of your life, that's delusional to start with.
Right.
Okay? So if you know that trying to turn this into a long-term thing, you're going to have trials and tribulations and that kind of thing. That's a part of life. We grow from that. You know?
In other words, you get to have some fantasies for a short amount of time, and then at some point you need to abandon those fantasies.
I don't know about abandoning them. I think that, you know, you learn your lesson. You learn that things are real life. There's no fairy tales in life.
Real life will kick your fantasies ass.
Well, they're real. That's why you have to stay conscious of the fact that it's not a fairy tale, and you're gonna have bumps. You are, and sometimes that love that you think will last forever, maybe it doesn't last. And you try and try and try, it doesn't work. That's part of life. And then you meet the next person and you try again.
Right. I want to hear from somebody right now who's in this situation where you're giving, and you're not getting mutual giving in terms of you're giving because you want this to work. You want this thing to be what it is. You think this is the person, but you're not getting that reciprocation. You want it back, but they're not giving it back to you. Should you stay? Should you go? Have you invested too much time, energy, and effort? Are you past the point of no return? Tiffany, have you ever been there?
I'm like, man, you trying to give me PTSD, man.
I am.
Man, right when I'm like, oh, we out of this little cuff.
Wrong.
Come right on back. Yeah, like I'm getting divorced. If you're listening, you didn't already know that, and that is definitely what happened with my marriage. I got to a place where I realized, okay, I got past the Christian thing where I was like, oh, that's my soulmate. We're together because it's our destiny. Well,
Wrong.
I got past that. Clearly, it was me. I chose him. I wanted him. And I gave ultimatums, and I got there. And because I wanted him, like I claimed him, I was going to create whatever little fantasy friggin' world I needed to make that world continue to be possible.
Wow.
So even though I'm like, there's signs of cheating. No. Let me ask him about it. And then whatever bullshit story he told me, I'm like, yeah, that could be possible. Like, I'm gonna buy your shit because being ignorant is better. It doesn't blow up my whole world today.
Wow.
So that's part of the delusion some women like choose to live in. Like ignorance is bliss. Like I think
there's a lot of ignorant women out there.
Yeah, but Tony, I think it was Tony Braxton, one of the Braxtons. She said, don't nag your man about cheating if you ain't gonna do nothing about it. Like, just live in the ignorance.
She need to stop making R&B songs that's gonna leave motherfuckers single.
I'm just saying.
Because if niggas follow her advice,
no, she's crazy.
And start talking stupid to somebody,
but it made sense.
You should get the fuck out of here then.
It made sense. Like, if you're not gonna leave him about it, then shut up about it. Like, and it kind of made sense, and that's kind of what I did for a long time. Instead of really, every once in a while, I try to address the issues, but when it didn't work, the change didn't happen, my feelings, my needs and my feelings weren't met or supported, I just built up some delusion around that to keep catering to letting this relationship happen until finally it was just so the reality and the fantasy collided and it was a fucking hurricane.
I'm about to fuck you both. Here we go.
So, but yeah.
I'm about to fuck it all up right now.
Man.
This is a question for everybody here. I want everybody to answer shit. True or false? Delusion does not equate to being optimistic.
Right.
Now niggas is quiet.
Church.
It wasn't rhetorical. For everybody, right?
Yes.
Yeah, niggas got quiet.
I was thinking it through.
That's fucked up, ain't it?
Because sometimes I think what you mean is like being delusional sometimes is like you said, a lot of people think it's optimistic, like, oh, I think the best, like he's not cheating or da-da-da. No, part of my delusion was like, even if he's cheating, as long as I don't know and there's no baby, I can deal with it. Like, that's a delusion women sell themselves. Like, well, as long as he doesn't put me out publicly in these streets, as long as I can just keep pretending and I don't see Becky's name pop up on the phone. Like, those are the delusions that we really sell. It's not necessarily optimistic. It's not like, oh, he would never cheat on me. Towards the end of my marriage, I was like, well, I'm pretty positive he is, but how much of this can I tolerate?
Wow.
Like, how much of this fantasy can I
Mimi?
salvage this as a fantasy?
I love it. Mimi?
Oh man, so
That's fucked up what I'm doing to y'all.
well, I have definitely, been in a situation where, I made up stories in my mind. Things were gonna get better, turn around, he would do all types of stuff, disappear for days. You go through his bag, he's got pictures, he's in Hawaii with the next bitch. I'm like, damn, it's going down like that, you feel me? While I'm pregnant. But see, the reason he's doing that is because he's trying to keep her while I'm pregnant. So that's her gift. You know what I mean? Because she got to deal with the baby. Her gift is, let's take a trip. Yeah? You know what I mean? And she ready to take the trip. Yeah. That's the reason I ended up leaving him, because I'm like, man, this is the worst pregnancy ever. I'm getting locked in houses. You out at the parties with the next bra. But at first I made excuses. But after you see it happen over and over, I'm like, hey, I don't want my child to see this type of activity. Because it's important what you let your child see. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I can smoke a bag of that.
I don't know if, being delusional, it can equate to optimism. Only because I feel like being optimistic is something that, I don't know, it's like something in the future that you can actually, I don't know. It's like, it's so hard because being delusional, I feel like you're just in a fantasy. Everything's like a lie to you. At least being optimistic, there's like a chance for it to actually happen. But being delusional, I feel like there's no chance of anything ever happening. And there's been a lot of times where I think that, okay, maybe if I fall back a little bit, maybe if I make myself like less available, that'll make him want me.
Which is a game.
But yeah, I think
Women,
like,
y'all play some of the silliest games.
I'm like, it's like either you're playing a game whether or not you want to be, not as available, or I know I have some of my friends who act like the wife, like off top when they're dating these guys, to think that, oh, okay, if I come in acting like, oh, I'm gonna entertain your friends when they come over, or I'm gonna, pick you up from your games, that I'm already securing you.
You're already telling us you fuck with ball players.
No, I'm not.
This shit just came out.
No.
She said her
We just heard that, right?
My
It's
friends.
too late.
My friends. I'm not.
This shit feels like you.
No.
Right.
It's not. I promise.
You talking to a wizard. This shit feels like you.
That's a wizard.
Wayne?
Okay, I was thinking that through when you first mentioned it, because in astrology, that's my thing.
Break it down.
Neptune rules delusion, and it also rules like.
You mean Pisces?
No, the planet Neptune rules Pisces.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why the Pisces motherfuckers be delusional.
Well,
Okay, cool. I just wanted to put that out there right there. Okay, cool.
but they're optimistic. They believe in love. They believe that anything can get past the love. But like I said, with Neptune, when that veil drops, and you still are delusional, it's not good. Right. You can be optimistic after that, say, okay, we're going to try this again. But if you continuously allowing yourself to be confused and going through this delusion, no, that's not going to work.
Okay, let's just get real. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. I want to hear from the people who allowed really good dick to cause you to be delusional. Because women be in here bullshitting, be speaking on some Lucky Charms ass ideas and not telling the truth. I want to know, I want to hear from the dick made delusional women. Because y'all know y'all done made some poor choices off great dick. Shit be obvious. Just be obvious, like, this nigga got one shoe. This nigga walked in my house with one shoe on, my nigga. You understand? This nigga got one button on his shirt. This is a button down, too. He got one button. Put that motherfucking billy club on her ass. Oh. And she started making excuses. Well, maybe that's the style. Maybe this nigga's a fashion designer. I don't know.
She like, take the other one off.
Right. Take all the buttons off now then. Fuck it. Am I lying?
No.
Y'all do that to yourselves, don't you? And then turn around and blame him. I knew you wasn't an ain't shit nigga. But you gave me the pussy. I had one button. Niggas walk out and go, bitch, I won. I had one button and got some pussy.
You don't want to see. You guys already think that we're crazy. There's already been like so many red flags that we try not to say something to seem petty, because then we're looked at as petty. Then we're looked at as crazy. I've like always tried to like. I've seen red flags. And I'd be like, damn, no, it's okay. Maybe once we get to the house, maybe I'll think of it better. Maybe when we get in some better lighting.
Better lighting.
Maybe it'll be different. And then I'm like, damn, here I am.
Gosh, who makes the... Which gender makes the poorest decisions?
Women.
Us. Yeah.
Gosh.
Oh, God.
Come on, Wayne.
Well, with what I do, most of my clients are women, probably 60%, and I'm constantly like, "Are you serious?" I don't say this. This is just, "Are you really serious?" But I don't have a lot of that issue with men, so I would have to say women.
Gosh, you guys are fucktards. And we enjoy it. We're like, oh, she's stupid. I'm gonna be fucking shortly.
You know what?
I'm just saying, this is the voice in our head, like, yeah, pussy's coming.
Right.
Yeah.
Just stay the course, be quiet. Don't do too much. Fuck it off, just be quiet. Roger is talking about her auntie. Just let it happen.
Not let it happen.
That's what we do, let it happen. Okay, we're going to the movie.
You know what? After the movie.
It's happening.
Damn.
Oh shit! Is the caller still on? They dropped callers. Get to your phone line. I know our phone lines is janky. I know we have some issues sometimes, but call us. The number to dial is 323-230-4610. That's 323-230-4610. Wayne,
Yes, sir.
is believing in fate or destiny a kind of delusional thinking?
Ooh, yes.
No.
Say more.
Can it just be no?
No.
Well, look, the whole thing with fate would indicate that things are just supposed to happen. I believe in fate to a degree, but I also believe that we have choices and options, that we can go other roads. I believe in free will. So, no, I don't believe that.
No.
Sorry.
Ladies,
Yes.
say more.
Cause I've been going on so many dates. I know I'm only 22, but I go on like so many dates, and I think that when I go on these dates or I meet these guys, I'm like, oh, he's the one. This is why we're going on a date. And then, cause I'm like the hopeless romantic, so I'm thinking like, oh, okay, God must have sent him down. Like, I'm like, God, this is the one. This is it. This is him. And then it turns out horribly, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So I guess
God's
this
janky cousin.
Yes.
Can I say this to you?
Yes.
That could happen to you 99 times, and the 100th time is who you're supposed to meet. So, you know, even if you feel like it's going down the drain, it's been so great or whatever, still be hopeful for that.
Yeah.
You know, because you're 22. I don't want you to think that way.
I've been on more than 22 dates.
Well, yeah,
And it's been
you got a lot
bad.
before 99 more.
Well, just know this.
Damn.
Just know this. This is the beginning of your misery.
Wisdom.
This is the beginning. I got to tell the truth.
Shame the devil. Shit.
I got to tell the truth.
So,
Shame the devil.
Everybody's journey is different.
Yeah.
I agree. But if we look at shit on average, everybody different. There's a lot of motherfuckers sharing some misery. It might be different. They might have got to that misery in a different way. But it's a lot of motherfuckers in the misery boat.
But that misery is because we're supposed to be learning lessons. If we never learn the lesson, it's going to repeat.
Say more. That's good.
That's what I do. That's what I know. I mean, even for myself. If I don't learn or understand what you were saying about that divorce, how you look back and you saw yourself like, yeah, I should have known that. That was the lesson.
Oh, yes. So many lessons. Ooh, thank you.
So how old were you when that started?
Oh, when the thing started, when I met him.
No, when it started to end.
Oh, when it started to end. Well, it started to end right when it started to begin. So yeah, I was like 26, 27.
Okay, that makes sense. No, I mean it does because you were in your Saturn return. So generally, I tell people.
Tell them what Saturn is.
Yes.
Huh?
Because a lot of people don't know what Saturn return is. Like, tell them what that means.
Well, in your birth chart, where Saturn was when you were born, between 27 and 31, it returns to that same spot.
Just for me specifically?
Well, for
or for like everybody?
Wherever Saturn was when you were born.
Okay.
And Saturn is the teacher of the zodiac. He's like, I look at him as a personal trainer. Makes us do stuff we don't want to do. You need to release that relationship.
Gosh.
There it is.
Thank you.
Hey, I love the way you say that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because Saturn is Satan. For a lot of people, Saturn is Satan.
Yeah, but you know, I have to, you know, when people come to me for a consultation, I don't want to say that. You know,
I know you don't want to
life
say
is
it.
about to be hell, I'm gonna say, look, you're about to be focused on some stuff, and you're about to let go of some stuff that needs to be let go.
Right. Now watch how Saturn is Satan. Satan as a word just means adversary.
Yes.
Adversary gives us adversity.
Yes.
Adversity is a challenge that you gotta overcome. And when Saturn is in your shit, the devil is busy.
And the great thing about it is that it's temporary. I mean, that transit lasts a couple of years, but still, you know,
Right.
you made it through.
Right.
Hold it up, Uncle Shaq. I'm sorry, speaking in tongues. Let me just say this about delusional women. You do know you guys are like the sexual breadbasket for common niggas.
Oh, yeah.
I-
Okay.
Like Red
It's
Lobster?
like a lunch
The Red
table.
Lobster, the cheddar day.
Damn, she's delusional. Here we go.
Jesus.
Is that wrong to say?
How do you know? Like, how do you know when you're coming up to like
First
a
off,
delusional woman?
a delusional woman, she has an energy.
Could you be fooled by one though? Like for
Oh,
a while, or is
man.
it just off top? You can
Listen.
sense it.
That's a great question. No man, pimp, pastor, politician, no man should ever think he's got her figured out. Because even the delusional woman, that motherfucker hard than the motherfucker to understand. So no nigga should ever be like, yeah, I got this. Because soon as you do that, soon as you be on some, yeah, I got it.
Right.
Yeah.
She switch up on your ass.
Right.
Don't don't ever get comfortable, my nigga.
That hurt.
Make a left-hand turn on your ass.
Just, make a left-hand turn while they're on the freeway.
Right.
How the
Right.
fuck we do that? Oh, we got a caller on the line. Caller, what's your name and where you calling from? Welcome to the Voice of Reason. Speak on it.
Hey.
Jack from Honolulu, was I in pen?
Hey.
That was like a chorus. The emotion. Say that. What up, Jack? Speak on it.
Yes, Michelle. That kind of ties into that topic I'm gonna email you about, for Friday. But how do you? My thing is this: so someone said about, I think Saeed Wayne talked about veils dropping.
Mm-hmm.
When a veil drops, I mean, people see the illusion for what it is. But what if people aren't looking for the illusion to drop? Like, you have one partner that's seeing the veil drop, and the other person feel like, oh, we're gonna keep on rolling. Like, that's to me, that's like a situation. Like, what do you do? You can't make someone see something they don't want to see. So how do you? How do you get around that, or how do you deal with that? Should I say?
I'm gonna let Wayne deal with it, and then I'm gonna follow up Wayne, and then the girls will get it cracking.
Okay, so if I understand what you're saying is, if one person the veil drops and they see the relationship for what it is, but the other person doesn't, right? Okay.
Can't see for somebody else.
You can't. You got to see where you're going in your journey, in your road. You can't walk the other person's road. You can't. It's as simple as that. So that's. I don't know what to advise you on that. Are you in that situation right now? Maybe you need to call me. We need to talk about this.
He is.
Really?
No, you already know what's happening. You know the fuck this is. This is Jack from Honolulu.
We all know Jack.
Jack been going through some shit. That's why he called every day.
So Jack, did the veil for the other person drop? Not for you?
Live in Honolulu, it's sad. Oxymoron.
Would the veil still up, or is it? So now I'm like self-evaluating,
Jack, You done drove yourself crazy. That's what
That's
it is.
overanalysis.
I was paralysis by way of analysis.
Uh-huh.
Am I looking at me? Is that a mirror? The fuck?
Who that be?
Jack, you need some Jack Daniels, my nigga.
I don't swear.
No, not Jack Daniels?
Not Jack Daniels.
Okay, cool.
Jack, let me just say this to you. Don't wait too long for the veil to drop, okay? Because you'll miss other opportunities that the universe wants to bring to you. So, waiting for that veil to drop and pass you right on by.
And the universe is an asshole.
Man.
Because the universe be like, oh, you're not paying attention? Okay, cool. We out. Well, wait a minute. What happened?
Right.
I want to make sure I'm not missing lessons. That's what I think. That's what. Like I'm always evaluating.
No, let me just say this. I don't think you can miss a lesson, but you can damn sure miss an opportunity.
Wow. Okay.
You smoke on that for a minute, and I'm going to holler at you next Friday.
Oh, God.
Yo, look who just walked in the building.
Yeah.
She's pretty. She has these special little round eyes.
So,
She's kind of mean,
Yeah.
but she's sweet. It's like mean sweetness.
It's like a Sour Patch Kid.
Yeah, she's like a little sour patch.
first she's
She's a
mean.
sour
You're
belt.
like, hate you.
She's sweet.
Ladies and gentlemen, back in the building after being sick. Hopefully she's fully healed. It's Angry Smurf, a.k.a. Joel Comedy. Say what's up, Joel, to the people. They can see you. Look in the camera. They see you. She doesn't like looking directly at the camera. We're talking about delusions. Delusional relationship goals. If I love him, he'll love me. If I fuck him better than anybody, I'll be able to keep him. You know, women have that. Pussy don't fail me now. Making songs about like, pussy gonna fail you all the time.
You know what?
Listen.
Shit.
I want you to listen. All jokes aside. It is your spirit, your essence. It's like a combination of things. It is your self-awareness, right, that makes you indispensable to a man. When your pussy is the CEO of your spirit,
Oh, shit.
we don't really give a fuck. I think y'all need to understand that. Pussy could be great than a motherfucker. But if it's the CEO, if it's calling all the shots, niggas is like, what? Okay, cool. But if there is like a higher awareness, right? An awareness of your purpose, a spiritual centeredness, it was Einstein who discovered that space-time is one thing, and gravity is a part of that shit, and mass, right, bends space-time. They figured that out because they saw light bending. The mass of something, the gravity of it caused there to be a warp in the space-time continuum. The gravity of a person does the same shit. This is how motherfuckers get caught in your orbit.
Satellite.
Motherfuckers just come around you and just be in your vibe.
Satellites. Can't get rid
But
of these motherfuckers.
the depth of your gravity is contingent upon the depth of your knowledge of self. And when your pussy is your CEO, you don't have very much knowledge of self. I just promise you that. And this is why men just be like, next.
Facts.
I've scored here.
2 points.
I'm on the other side of the end zone here. Okay, cool. This was good. I may visit this end zone again. This is a nice grassy area. But there's other end zones in other fields. The gravity isn't strong enough to keep them here. It's not your pussy that keeps him there. It's something more. And a lot of women just, it takes y'all a while to figure that out. I was talking to a sister today. She was just like, man, I'm just tired of being disappointed. I'm tired of making bad decisions. I said, well, open up your Rolodex of limiting beliefs and let's see. Right?
Yeah.
Let's see what's under the hood.
Right.
Because you're going to keep bringing these kind of motherfuckers to you. Let me ask, Angry Smurf. Have you ever been delusional about a dude? Where you just believed he was going to be something that he probably ain't going to never be. Talk to us about that experience, young lady.
Yeah, I've been delusional.
Well, go ahead and fix it.
I can't. Yeah, I've been delusional, just trying to hold on to something just because you want to believe the best and you don't want to just accept the fact that they're just who they are. They showed you their colors. Like, it just is what it is, and you just want to believe that they're not always going to be like that for you. You think you're special enough that they will change. Like, I know they're like that with them other girls, but they're not going to be like that with me. And it's like, no, he's just like that. Like, and it's not anything wrong with you or them. It's just, that's just how they are. But you can get delusional because of how much trust you have in the situation and that person, and you believe our connection is just like so great and it's just different. But just don't ignore the signs because they're there for a reason.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why is it that you guys ignore signs that are just so clearly fucking obvious?
Oh, God.
I want to know. Youngling.
Well, because you put in a lot of time, and now you feel like that time that you just put in is about to be wasted.
Gosh.
Like, all that you put in is like, I can't just like throw it away. Especially if you feel like you've given, a lot of my girlfriends feel like they've given a special part of them into the relationship. So now, you know, something sacred to them is like with somebody else, and you can't just walk away from that person like that so easily.
Wow.
You know?
Time is an illusion.
Yeah.
Fuck. You guys is caught up on fake shit.
Yeah.
Somebody said Angry Smurf is even fighting the
I
microphone.
saw that. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Don't leave me alone.
They'll never leave you alone.
Shit. I can't.
Tiffany, why you ignore shit?
Well, I agree. It's that time. And then we've talked about it many times, and thankfully I'm starting to let this part go, but it's entitlement. A lot of women, time equals entitlement. The more time I feel like I put into this, the more emotion, the more physicality, the more effort, the more resources. I feel entitled then in return to get what I want, which is this relationship packaged in the way that my delusion is.
Wait. Are y'all listening to this shit? A woman just mentioned entitlement. God damn, this is gifts. Nigga, these are gifts.
Right.
Wow. You're entitled to your investment.
That's how a lot of women feel. You know, if I give you time, energy, resources, the physical. A lot of women, as soon as you get physical, she's laying claim to something.
You mine.
So
wrong.
That's where like a lot of the delusion in my marriage that came from. It was like, man, I chose you over all these other dicks. You know, like so now I'm gonna get something on, like we said, on this return. And so I think for women, how to be successful is to let go of the idea of time and entitlement, and you do a lot better in relationships.
And I think experiences as well. A lot of times, like, I met his mom. Like, his mom met all of them.
There's dudes who met all the
just
girls.
like little stuff like that. They get in their mind, well, I made it because I accomplished this like milestone, like in a relationship.
Yeah, milestone.
Milestone. No.
Right. But then they compare notes with the other girl, and they all got the same treatment. They all met the mama. They all had the peach cobbler.
Wayne, in what ways are men delusional in relationships? We be fucking up too. Callers, get to their phone lines. 323-230-4610.
Well, I mean, not me, but I think a lot of men believe that it's okay to have one woman and then have another woman as long as they don't know. And then what I've learned, especially doing what I do, talking to hundreds of people, thousands of people, is that a lot of the men believe that If she doesn't know, then it's okay. But they can't handle if she does the same thing too. They can't handle it.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Most niggas is like,
Mm-hmm.
you did what?
Flip the hell out.
That's why they hate on
But you did it too, buddy. Come
You
on.
mean to tell me another dick
Right.
was in
Y'all don't
my
have to
future
own
baby apartment?
Right.
Not baby apartment.
The womb is a baby apartment.
Right.
There was another dick in the baby apartment? I'm gonna go the fuck off. Do you understand? We can't handle it.
Yeah.
Our dick is made to be in other baby apartments.
Be another baby apartment.
But not my baby apartment.
Right.
Use mine.
Right.
You underdig? Just stop fucking around. Y'all gonna fuck around and get hurt in this motherfucker. Let a foreign dick get in this baby apartment and see what happens.
Right.
Caller! You're on the line. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Chris from B-More. What up, Pam?
I'm going through a similar situation, you know, what the topic is. I've been, married for 2 years, been in a relationship with my wife for about 8 years. And similar, what's going on, pretty much a year in a relationship, my wife had seen some text messages I was texting with my homies. And, my boys, they were single at the time, and they pretty much was, sending me a lot of pictures of the women that they were, hitting. And, as a man, being egotistical, I was giving them the yeah and nay on the praise. You know what I'm saying? And, and a lot of stuff that I was saying too had pretty much, showed, the egotistical stuff saying, oh, what I would do. And I would actually not do it. I'm just showing off in front of my boys. But, that kind of put me in a situation where, like I said, she, for some reason she went on my phone and had seen, the stuff. But, and my wife, she actually told me, she had an image of me, being this, faithful man or whatever have you, being this image of a man that, do what he say and do as I does, so that delusion, I feel like, I help, I feel like that was delusional on her end, but I also, had a hand in it, so I'm guilty of, putting up this, like Jackson Honolulu said, a veil. I was hiding behind this veil, and, I put up this image of myself also, and, telling her and my actions or whatever. And, I didn't even actually do what I was going to say. I was just being an asshole in front of my homeboys, and, I wasn't even acting on it. You know what I'm saying? That's the worst part about it. And, that image, that veil, once that veil dropped and she seen, what I was saying and how I was acting, she didn't like it. And, just like in your book, a relationship is a highly reflective mirror. So I seen myself, and I didn't like it. It was ugly. I'm still embarrassed to even speak about it. I'm embarrassed about it. To even talk about it. Just because, I didn't like that image of myself either. So, I've been trying to get around, trying to fix it. Ever since then, I've been fixing it. And like I said, buying your book and listening to your show, having her listen to the show. Recently me and her had a talk, and because I could feel emotionally and I could feel physically and our relationship has changed since then. And, it's kind of like, it's almost like, I think I like a name, like how y'all call, Angry Smurf. I call my wife Cold Rock because it's not the same love. You don't have the same love. It's not as loving as
Cold Rock.
Well, hey, man. Shit. Damn. I'm sorry you done went through hell and back.
Right, over some stupid, dumb
So
man.
I got a plan for you.
Oh,
I got a plan.
Snapchat.
Let me just say, man.
Snapchat.
sometimes when we get into these relationship issues, right? The overall sweetness and niceness in the relationship goes away. Like, it's hard to keep that sweetness there while there's an unresolved issue, right? It seems like those two things can exist at the same time, but in actuality, they can.
They can.
And I'm going to tell you,
Yeah.
if you still are in a position to put that wood on her, you under this?
Yeah.
If you still in position
Right.
to get this situation in a naked on naked situation, I'm telling you, you can get her to see it your way.
Damn it.
It's true.
Now watch this. I'm gonna hook you up with something, man. There's a website called ZenityFitness.com. But watch this. I'm gonna type it on YouTube so they can see it too. Watch this. Skills. Jesus. Store.
Oh, this isn't the guy who helps you with the stroke. I thought he was giving him that guy.
I'm finna hook him up with the stroke nigga.
Oh, that is him? Okay, okay.
What is
Right?
Wait, what?
Zenity Fitness. YouTube, follow this shit, my niggas. Cause y'all be able to circumvent a lot of bullshit. Skillstore.zenityfitness.com. Skillstore.zenityfitness.com. This is my homeboy out of Brazil. Teaching you stroke skills.
Wait.
Jamaican bass grind package. Bang, 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 bang. Who had said what I said? Bang, bang.
What's my name?
You underneath?
Say my name.
Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. A lot of that disappointment and disgruntled shit goes out the window when your strokeage is correct.
Right.
Truth.
Now let me just say, now you can't just watch a video and become a porn star.
Right.
You're going to have to eat right. You're going to have to get sleep. You're going to have to get some multivitamins in your system. I know you eat pork. I can tell by the sound of your voice, my nigga.
No.
Pork on his voice. Pork vocal cord.
I'm just saying, you're going to have to be prepared to be able to get her up off her bullshit. Sometimes, and listen, I'm not saying it's just sex. What I'm saying is it's intimacy.
Right.
A lot of times women are irritable as fuck because the intimacy ain't in the relationship. So little dumb shit be sending them over the wall. Who left the motherfucking light on in the bathroom? Well, shit, you're in there, turn it off. Why you need to know who left it on? Like, who left it on ain't gonna turn the motherfucker off. I need the dossier on the last nigga that left the light on in this bitch.
Hilarious.
What the fuck? You see what I'm saying? That's because they lack some intimacy. And if you really get intimate with your woman, listening to her, touching on the small of her back, you know where that little piece of fat is? Well, I like to call it the butter pouch. That little butter pouch right there where the two little dimples are, nigga. You play with that shit a little bit, talk to... You under dig? I'm saying, man, a lot of the bullshit that she delusional about go away. This nigga was all on this butter pouch. You're motherfucking right, nigga. Don't fuck around and get some real butter, my nigga, and put it on that pouch.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna tell you, man.
Oh my God.
Oh my
You can turn this whole situation around. Am I bullshitting? Am I lying, ladies?
I mean, butter on my bed, though. I don't know.
It ain't got to be on your bed. It
stand
just got to
up,
be
yeah,
on
something.
your Just listen to it. Pouch.
I like my shit.
Nigga come in there with some ingredients, honey and butter. I came in here for dinner, bitch. What?
Oh my God.
I'm just saying, man, a little intimacy goes a long way.
You gotta call it that.
Right, brother? Appreciate it, man. Caller! You're on the line. What's your name and where you're calling from? Welcome to the Voice of Reason. Speak on it. Turn your entire life down, please. What's happening?
Goddamn.
Oh, little juicy.
Little Juicy. That's right. You told us that was your name. Don't brag on your little juice box.
I don't even remember why I said that.
Little juice.
Oh shit! What's up, man? Speak on it.
And this brother Infinity from B-More, you heard?
Word.
It's, I think it's mad like bugged out, man, with, it's like women look at us as leaders, which we are.
Yes.
And a lot of us as men, we look at them as the power of leadership that they have. But I think what happens, so it ends up being like a tug of war, just a constant point, you. And it's like, we're here to balance each other. It's like, I tend to have discussions and with sisters. I know a lot of women. So I say, sister, like, you know, do you understand, like, we both pointing at each other, but we both need each other. Like, there's a war against us. Like, and it's like, pussy for them, like you're saying, it's like they think like that is it. That's all they need to do. Give you that yogurt box.
Yep.
And you know, we supposed to be with. And then what happens is you see a lot of relationships just really crumble.
Bring me in. Wait. Hold on, Pam. Hold on. The women had a violent reaction to your usage of the word yogurt box. That's one of my colloquials.
You know.
For it.
Violent reaction.
The yogurty goodness of the yoni is quite fantastic.
No.
I mean, it is a yoni. It's a yoni.
Yogurt.
Hey. Nobody said it was thick as Dannon. But
he's like, we're talking Yoplait over here. Yoplait.
Right, but that
dispenser.
You know that little milky juice, that little.
Just say water. Something with water in it.
Water.
If you don't listen, little juicy, you better. Okay, cool. Finish, man. Go ahead, finish, bro.
Hilarity. So it's like, but oftentimes they wonder, like, for instance, like, you know, you know, with having intercourse with women, speaking personally right now, man, you know, a lot of times, you know, I'm currently not in a relationship, but, you know.
Hey, nigga, stop giving us your fucking relationship status, nigga. Ain't no pussy on you. Okay, finish.
It ain't available.
I ain't available.
Ain't none of this available.
Yeah, you know, you were touching on earlier. They wonder why after a while I'm like, and it's not just me. It's like after a while it's like, nah, like we need more. It's like that's not it. You know what I mean? And it'd be great, like great sex, man. You know what I'm saying? And I put in a lot of work, but it's like after a while it's like I need, like, come on, and you need. But they don't be wanting to hear it, man. It's like Disney and everything else that you've touched on various shows that the sisters there are know about and aware of. Like, and last, like, so for instance, one example today, I'm walking out of a restaurant, and this sister is with like this other sister who clearly is a lesbian, right? She's like butch, right? So she's with the sister, and she sees me and my brother walk out, and she says, I need to stop being around you. You know what I'm saying? People gonna think I'm a dyke. So I didn't even hear it. My brother told me about it. I'm like, yeah, I'm already looking at you and such. And then like these European American dudes, these guys are like clearly at work doing construction, and they're walking into the restaurant as well. And she says, yeah, I'm looking for me a working man. So then I heard that. I said, since the working men are at work, you out here with the dyke. What do you mean? She was like, what you say? I said, sister, what you need to do, if you find your working man, go get that brother a sandwich. Man. You know what I mean?
Wow. Okay, it took a minute for you to get there.
Right, you got there.
Once you got there, you
laid it up.
knocked it over the fence. Good job, Pierre. We appreciate the call. Thank you for reaching out to the Voice of Reason. Always listen. I want to continue to urge people to go donate to Houston. Okay?
Yes.
Houston, Texas needs the support. All right? I don't give a fuck what it is. $2, $3. I'm donating this evening after the show. Gotta get it done. Those people out there need our support. They need our help, prayers, all that. You know, continue to donate to Houston. And Hurricane Harvey is not through.
No.
This is like a boomerang hurricane. Like it's went out over the Gulf again,
And coming back.
got stronger, and I think now it's headed toward New Orleans.
No.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
Oh
So-
my God.
Listen, man, speaking of delusions, a lot of times, man, we get in relationships, man, and we think it's going to be all good. I've been saying this for years. Like, you got to think and see and experience in color. You can't have black and white thinking make decisions for you. You feel me? If you're in a relationship with somebody long term and y'all don't have an emergency escape plan for your crib, just how you live. Listen, that's why Psychic Wayne is here.
Yes.
Because we living in some turbulent motherfucking times.
We are.
And if you don't have some kind of plan, like what we gonna do if some shit break out while we all out together? What's the plan? Do I leave you and meet you back at the car? Find your way, bitch, because this shit is getting crazy. Now, what do we do? Now, my homeboy, Andre the Truth, who just did his show right before me, was talking about this whole fucking September 23rd and, you know, Virgo and Leo and, you know, the stars in the sky and the convergence and, you know, the stars are aligning like they aligned in the 60s. We have an astrologer in the building right now. What's going on? And how do people who are in love fantasize and wearing the same t-shirt at the motherfucking Magic Mountain escape plan? How do we plan for whatever is coming? Talk to me.
Well, we'd have to be here all night.
Right.
No, we don't. You better try to make this shit quick now.
Well, where can I start? Okay, because what you just said, that's a broad picture. I can tell you what I thought was interesting about the Hurricane Katrina. We were talking about Neptune earlier.
Yeah.
Hurricane Katrina and the Hurricane Harvey. In the natal chart, everybody and everything, even this desk has a natal chart. The natal chart of the city of New Orleans at the time of Hurricane Katrina, it was a Neptune transit. What does Neptune rule? It rules water.
Wow.
This situation in Houston, a Neptune transit again.
Wow.
So what you were saying about back in the 60s, the two planets, Uranus and Pluto, during the civil rights.
Uranus. I mean, I just had.
We call it an aspect. And they're making an aspect again. Just when Trayvon Martin and all of the Black Lives Matter started, they're making another aspect. And here we are. And what the significance of those transits is to bring societal changes. And it has. And also the fact that Neptune, here we go Neptune again. Neptune went into Pisces, which is the planet that it rules in 2012. And what else does Neptune rules? It rules drugs. How many states now have legal marijuana since 2012?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so anything that is ruled by that particular planet and that sign, when they're together, those things become significant. Neptune also rules movies. How many black movies have grown and Black Hollywood has grown over the past 5 years?
Get Out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Girl
Nice.
Trip. Wow.
Well, I think it started back with a couple other movies a couple of years ago.
Niggas on planes. What? Snake on the plane?
No.
Oh no, Neptune.
You know, right after the whiteout at the Oscars the following year.
Yeah.
That was this year. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So all of the things that belong to Neptune are definitely becoming more significant. And again, those two planets, Uranus and Pluto, they're making these societal changes.
Mm-hmm.
In the natal chart of the United States, you can see Donald Trump all in it. I don't like to talk about it, but he's really going to have some problems, as we can all already guess.
All right, damn.
Wow.
So,
Wow. J.P. Morgan said, millionaires don't use astrology. Billionaires do.
Right.
Wow.
I've heard this so many times.
The fuck is going on?
well, hey, I think astrology gets a bad rap.
Of course.
Just because of the history of it and how the church tainted it and said it's the devil, but they're still using it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Well, see, this is what people don't understand. The real currency on planet Earth is knowledge. I can't let you have some high-end knowledge so you can govern yourself.
Right.
I need you to bring your puss ass to me for answers.
And to bring your cash.
Yeah. The moment you can provide yourself with answers, what the fuck you need a government or a religion for? So what we're going to do is make all liberating knowledge illegal, pagan, evil.
Right.
But they were still doing it.
Right.
Just like, this country was built on astrology. George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, all of them used astrology to build it. That's why we have election day on a certain day. That's why we have inauguration on a certain day. It's all based on astrology.
Wow. So how can these women use their astrology to stop fooling themselves? Because let me just do this really quickly. You've heard me say it on numerous occasions about how women are really adept at ignoring their intuition.
Oh, yes.
And I think that's crazy because you heard the saying, a mother's intuition, a woman's intuition. That's based on the moon. It's not a man's intuition. It's a woman's intuition. You all are born with this strong intuition. And it has to
Do homosexual men have intuition?
Maybe.
I mean, because if it's based on a woman and they trying real hard. So that's the thing that's weird to me that I've noticed about some homosexual men. They try to outdo women in femininity. They try to out-feminine women. And it just is strange than a motherfucker. How you gonna be more woman than a woman, my nigga? Like, it's kind of weird. But do they have intuition?
Everybody has intuition.
Okay, so how can then we say intuition is a female thing and ruled by the moon? If men have it,
In a broad sense, like you were saying, I said, yeah, you were saying that women don't listen to their intuition. I think that that's crazy because they're born with this stronger intuition than men.
So it's stronger. There we go. Yes.
And like, not to be real graphic, but the moon, it goes through a transit of 28 days. That's the same cycle as a woman's
menstrual
cycle.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Ladies. Women are strange. Even when women are fucked up, they got power. Like a man gotta handle that shit real careful. You guys are black widows, man. Especially when you're lost.
Ooh.
You can be fucking with them and get fucked up.
Yeah.
Cause you fucking with them. You gotta be smart about it. What are the 3 ways? Ladies, you guys have to give us the insight. So many men are listening and paying attention. What are the 3 ways you guys routinely ignore your intuition? What are the 3 things you say to yourself like, this is okay, I can get through this? You're like, what the fuck do you say to yourself when you're ignoring your most powerful asset? Youngling. Young lioness. Come forth.
Well,
I'll be good. This shit is cool. He seen me like that.
Yeah. Damn. One thing, I guess. I don't like to, even though like the first time is a warning sign, I like to see like maybe the second time. Maybe if I see it like one more time just to be sure. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times though, it's like as women, like we do have this intuition, but at the same time we overthink a lot of things. I feel like I like to really like think things through, and maybe sometimes that hurts us because then we're overanalyzing it too much and should just go with like the first initial response that came to us, you know?
Yeah, there it is right there. How many times have you said, I knew it?
Yeah, but I'm overthinking
Right.
it all the time, like really analyze. But wait, if this could have meant this something else and not what I'm thinking, I was like, damn, it really meant what it was the first time.
Wow. These niggas need, listen.
Confirmation.
You know how crazy these motherfuckers are to need proof from their intuition? I got to go out and prove my intuition right, nigga. These niggas crazy, man. God damn.
Yeah,
Tiffany,
like that.
I know you done fucked up. I know you be, cause
That's why I have coined the phrase "quality crazy." Come on now, I'm crazy, but I'm quality crazy. I'm worth invested in. Oh yeah,
that part.
That part. So the confirming the intuition. I think especially because we've lost it.
Yeah.
Like over time, we've lost it. Like our mothers aren't teaching us about it. Society doesn't teach us about it. You know, the opposite. Society teaches us if you have an inclination, you're crazy, you're jealous, you're insecure. No, this is a real thing. This is intuition. So, but yeah, and I talk a lot about how do you decipher the difference between like insecurity and intuition, because I'm getting back in touch with mine. So I think that's number one, is trying to prove or test the intuition. Like, is that really what that is? I think that's the biggest one. Yeah, that internal battle with yourself. Like, am I crazy or is this real?
Yeah.
That's really what it is. Like, am I insecure or is this intuition? Yeah, that's really what the struggle is, I think, for most women. Wow. I don't even know if there's two other ones.
Mimi. This little motherfucker want to know too.
I think that we have intuition of things and situations, but I think we make excuses because we don't want to believe it, and two, then you say to yourself, well, is this live or Memorex? Am I making this thing up in my mind? Because sometimes things appear one way and they are a different way.
Right.
And sometimes they are bona fide what you think.
Right.
And I mean, I'm pretty good at following my intuition, but there's been times where I said, oh, they didn't answer because of X, Y, Z, and coming to find out that was so far from the truth.
Right.
So you really have to check yourself before you wreck yourself, because it's like it's a catch-22. You don't want to give them so much rope, then you get hung yourself. But at the same time, you want to make sure that what you're seeing is factual and not something you made up in your mind.
Yeah, making sure like your ego doesn't get in the way.
Yeah, and then I think also when you do figure it out and you want to stay in it, then you'll tell yourself, well, this too will pass. Or I've been with them such and such amount of years, or I just got with him and I'm that bomb B, and I'm gonna take him from her because he's not even feeling her no more. He said he's sleeping in the other room.
Wow.
He's mine now.
Oh goodness.
You feel me?
I think that
Little juicy pop.
I think sometimes, I know I've done this, like I'll either say just like one more time, just like but it's like I'm gonna just do like I'm gonna just do it one more time. And another thing is like when you do that one more time, it's like I'm gonna do this and not get affected by it, because I know, but you still get affected by it. You try to psych yourself out and say, well, I already know what it is, so I'm not gonna get my feelings hurt because I know what it is, but you still get your feelings hurt. You know what I mean? And disappointed, you know, because deep down you still don't want to believe that it's true. But it's like, you know, not even like a drug, but something like almost like an addiction kind of, when you just keep going back to it. I know it's bad for me, but like it feels so good, so I'm gonna just do it and enjoy it. But I know what it is.
And then I think sometimes you don't want to confront the person, at least for me, until you know you're ready to move on.
Right.
Because once you confront something, it could go either way, right? It might be time to move on. Maybe he didn't appreciate how you got the information. Maybe he was digging through his phone. I mean, who knows how you got it. You know how you got
it, Mimi. Don't try to slip that out there. You know what you did.
No, it was her intuition.
Right, in your phone intuition.
Right.
I knew
you knew something was in the phone.
Right,
Yeah,
right. And I went through the phone and he was doing that shit on Saturday like I thought.
Wow. You know what? Mo D, Cool Mo D, my good friend Mo D. He's a bit of an astrologer too.
Ooh, really?
He real deep in that shit.
The music guy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The rapper, Cool Mo D. That is one metaphysically deep cat.
Nice.
You know, he's been studying for over 30, 40 years. Smart guy. What he breaks down in this whole thing, like for instance Pisces, like he has like he has like a term for each sign. It's kind of weird. Like for Pisces, he'll say, "Oh, Pisces is the mental of the emotional." Right? So he'll take all three of the waters, and he'll give a designation. Is what I'm saying, right? So Scorpio is the spiritual of the emotional. Cancer, physical of the emotional. Right? Shit feel good, I'm doing it. Cardinal. Feel good, I'm in it. I'll figure out what it is after I've tasted it. Oh, you're poisoned. Oh shit, I shouldn't have done that. Right? Physical of the emotional, right? Cancer. Pisces, mental of the emotional. And what he finds, how he breaks it down, he says, women have a conflict between the feeler and the thinker.
Oh, yes. Jesus.
And he's like, especially in water signs. Because the water signs, their natural proclivity is to feel. But their mind is going, shit don't add. But the feel be like, feel though, my nigga, feel. Did you feel, my nigga?
That's what I said.
You gonna walk away from the feel on this motherfucker?
Right.
Let's feel it first and it might change. Then he says the third element of the woman that fucks them up, the ego.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So you got the thinker, the feeler, and the ego operating in the woman.
Yeah.
Shit. That ego.
And then based on their sign, right? You throw that Virgo in there, she's gonna be like, let me test this nigga. He's gotta jump through some hoops. I have a mask on. I'm feeling him, but he doesn't know.
I need to be like that.
But let's see how smart he is. Let's see if his intelligence moves my pussy. So she gonna make you work.
Ooh. Okay, Virgo.
Right.
She gonna be. Gemini's a little different. Gemini's like, nigga, if he's smart, he's fucking.
Right. Damn it.
I'm
Damn
going to
sign.
fuck him if he says some smart shit. I promise you. Now, I've heard some smart shit before, and it has to be really smart. But if it's really smart, I'm going to fuck him.
Stupid.
And then the problem is, I'm going to make a relationship out of this because he's smart. He better keep it coming. I better be stimulated.
That part. You gotta maintain the smartness.
Over there fucking up.
You better keep studying on me.
Pisces be like, yes, he has to be smart, but I've got to feel him. He could be smart, but if it feels like he's trying to punk me with his smarts,
Right, I don't fuck with that.
I'm not gonna fuck
Right,
with
ain't
him.
gonna happen.
Yeah,
Cause he think he better than me.
Right.
I know what you talking about, nigga.
Right.
Cause I ain't got the words like old fancy word ass nigga, but I know what you mean. I know what the fuck you mean though. Leo, if this nigga know my place, I'm gonna fuck him. If that nigga put me where I'm supposed to be, he gonna get this pussy.
Young one. She said,
Again, the thinker, the feeler, and their ego. God damn. And I be looking at women like the Matrix Code. You don't get your fucking crazy ass out. I see the code. I'm crazy than a motherfucker. And you trying to hide it. You trying to be composed. He was really composed. I've never seen someone so composed. I threw everything at him and he was just composed in there. I be looking at these women and y'all be coming with all these ideas, all these fears, all these judgments. What if I do this? He's going to think like this. He's going to treat me like this. And that's the shit that fuck you up. And the one antenna you got, you turn that motherfucker off. The intuition. You better start listening. I promise you, it's going to serve you if you pay attention. Then you won't be delusional. God, it's like being behind on your rent.
no.
If I just hang in there, things will turn around. No, you better get evicted, bitch.
Right.
shit.
Help them, Wayne.
Hey,
Yes.
I just do the basic. All of that. Yeah. You know, I was going to ask you, how many degrees do you have? Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Man, don't be putting my business out.
This one, this
Why
many,
you
one,
this is
two.
out.
Don't tell nobody about my degrees.
It's in your chart that you have degrees.
Don't be reading my chart. Where my chart at?
Oh, you telling me not to read your chart?
Did you send me my chart?
I've sent you your chart.
See, I ain't got the chart. See how you do me?
I sent you your chart.
You was wait a minute. You was
Well,
supposed to
I guess
send,
we'll talk off air.
wait. You were supposed to send me and my son.
I have those charts.
But you
I
ain't
thought that
sent
we
them.
would be able to get together and talk about it. Every time I come here, you know, I'm parked out here and I gotta go before I get the ticket and all that stuff. Oh, come on now.
My chart said that.
Say what?
Okay, now I want to know about the chart.
No, we ain't talking about the chart.
Hold on, it's too late now.
Spread your business out here.
Hold on, let's get there now. Shit, we here now, goddammit.
Well, you know, your chart is interesting because it's a total reflection of you. Your third house, which is the natural house of Gemini, communication.
This nigga. Hold on, let me get my stance.
There you go.
The Heisman, my nigga. No.
You have all kind of aspects to that house, and also in Gemini, you got 3 planets. You have Mercury, which rules Gemini. You got Venus, and you got the Sun. So you were born to do what you're doing, and I think in 2018. You take it to another level.
I'm gonna be
I
on
hope you got the
You
plan.
You on the dig, my nigga? We talked about. Oh, sorry. Don't be putting my business and shit out.
My bad. And so let me ask you this: as a youngster, and probably now, were you always a bit above the rest of people as far as like maturity and that kind of thing?
Pedaling faster than everybody.
You were born with Saturn right on your ascendant.
You know how long I be, or how often I fell asleep in class? Huh? The fuck? Y'all niggas ain't talking about nothing.
Right.
Because you
Yeah,
read all
the
the books
faster-
already, so.
Right.
You
You
have
read
a
all
faster
the books.
course? Huh? Dumb motherfuckers. I'm
That's
sorry.
not nice.
Right.
I've always been that way. I'm sorry.
So
I've grown out of it a little bit.
books and all of that stuff is coming, man. So I'm gonna need an autograph.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have an autograph stamper.
All right.
Yes.
I knew him when.
Nah, man, we gonna work on it. And you said my son is gonna make it to the NBA. I believe that. I think
Oh,
he
yeah.
has a better chance than me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. Go ahead.
Yes, he is.
I believe
Like
he.
I told your daddy you were gonna be here.
Yeah, you know, I talked to him about you the other day.
Yeah.
I said, listen, man, you're going through hell right now. And he is.
Saturn right on top. Saturn again, right on his midheaven.
I just say, chill, my nigga, keep working. Humble out. Take these motherfucking punches cool on the chin. We got a good chin in our family.
Right.
You're not gonna get knocked out. You might get staggered though. You're gonna be a little woozy, but you know, keep your balance, keep it cool, and you'll be good.
Transit's gonna be over by the end of the year, so he's just gotta hang in there.
Yeah, he's good,
4
man.
months, 3, 4, there you go.
He's
Yeah.
good. He not tripping at all, you know. He not tripping at all. He's good. You know. Shit. Don't make me cry. That's my nigga. That's the young lion.
Aw.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. You know, because I encourage this nigga every day.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, and he know what kind of nigga I am. Motherfucker brought his girlfriend around.
Oh. Okay, new.
You know what I mean? And I had to kind of like,
Sun kiss like a soda.
you know, look the nigga up and down a little bit like, you bold, huh? You want to test man strength? You don't think I'm strong anymore, huh? You been lifting weights and shit every day. You think you're stronger than me, nigga?
Oh my God.
I'm a grown ass man. I'm gonna hurt you with this man strength.
Strength.
So I had to be that way towards him because this is my nigga. And I don't want him to make no bad decisions. So based off of what you said, I'm like, nigga, focus. Sorry, they are a distraction. You're not strong enough to deal with their power. Listen, I be telling my son for real, like you are not strong. Your sister
She is
3
the
years younger
truth.
than you, nigga. She's stronger than you.
She is the truth, though.
Don't get it twisted, my nigga. Women are not to be trifled with, especially when they don't know who the fuck they are. They hurt. It was Dick Gregory.
I was a tornado.
Dick Gregory was like, women are hurricanes.
Yes.
He was like, they hurricanes, man.
Vicious
When they don't know what they about, they will come in and wreck your whole shit. And be on some what happened? But I love you, nigga. And you be like, huh? You don't get your destructive ass out. I'm just saying. So when you said, yo, man, you gotta focus in. He gonna go through some hell a little bit, and you gotta focus in, and then after that shit is over, he gonna take off like a rocket. That's all I told him. Just stay healthy, keep working.
And show him what he's made of. He's born with it.
But he was like, Dad, she cook. She come to my apartment and cook, my nigga. I put on 20 pounds, Dad. I was like, send that bitch home. Go ahead and lose weight and starve. Starve? Yes, my nigga. It's part of your training. I'm trying to train this nigga like a Jedi. This shit ain't working. You're like, nigga, I'm finna eat, nigga. I was like, what you talking about, Daddy? No, but let me just say this. When a woman finds herself, let's talk about that. When y'all find what it is that y'all are about, y'all can make a corny nigga dope. I promise you can. Just your presence. See, a lot of times women get caught up in thinking they gotta do something for him. See, this is, and you can speak to this, Wayne. This is what men and women forget. It's not always about doing. What's more important than doing something for your partner is being. There's a difference between doing and being. When a motherfucker is a being, beings affect shit. Just in my presence. And I feel different around this motherfucker. There's a vibration. There's something happening when people are just comfortable in the knowledge of who they are. And they know and they're there. Abraham Maslow called it self-actualization.
Yes.
Paramahansa Yogananda called it self-realization.
Yeah.
The Hindus, samadhi, and all these terms. When a motherfucker find themselves, being is more powerful than doing. And this is why, in all of your doing, ladies, y'all think y'all owed something. I did this, and I spent this amount of time, and I invested, and you should get nothing. Because you don't know yourself. You don't give a fuck how much doing you've done. You come to me like all the others, with a begging bowl. I will give you nothing but dick and bubblegum. Is that wrong to say?
Probably.
No, let's be honest. Is it wrong to say? It's the truth. Is it wrong? Mimi, am I wrong? Correct me, sweetheart. If I'm out of bounds, tell me.
Well, I'm trying to think where I should begin. What part you want me to start with?
Just if anything stood out as some bullshit, just tell me.
Man, well, I think that, I'm trying to think what part I should hit first, because you said a lot of shit. My brain was going 1,000 miles per minute, because, when you're talking, I'm digesting it, looking at my life.
I know.
That's all that Gemini over there we have to try to keep up with.
Power of Gemini.
The power, well, I was going to say women do have a power, and they sometimes don't realize how powerful they are, and they misuse their power, and they misuse their gift, or they sow seeds with people who they really shouldn't spend that time with. I mean, even men do the same thing. They may run across a woman and they think she's the one, but really she's not the one, but she's the one to teach him how to treat the next one. So every relationship.
Women don't like that shit.
You know,
Where y'all gotta prepare a nigga for his real boo?
yeah, that's real talk.
Vice versa.
Like
A real boo.
Like sometimes me and my friend, we make a joke. We're like, yeah, my man over there getting trained by his woman right now. He'll be around when he got his lesson. But it's real talk because each person has something they have to learn. And sometimes if they got with you now, they wouldn't be the person they need to be in that relationship with you because they didn't get all the things they were supposed to learn to take to the next relationship.
Damn, that was heavy,
It
Mimi.
was.
Shit.
You Pisces, Mimi, right?
Yeah, I'm a Pisces.
Hey,
We in
listen.
here.
I promise y'all, I tell y'all this every week. I try to stay the fuck away. You, these two little Pisces motherfuckers.
What's wrong with
I got
Pisces?
to stay the fuck away.
You Pisces.
I think Pisces is my Achilles heel. I think I learn the most from them, but I struggle the most with them. So I be like, y'all stay y'all little juicy pussies away from here.
You know?
Keep the little juicy pussies away now. Somebody with a slightly drier pussy come through here, please.
That's so wrong.
Powder pussy.
They be wild, my nigga.
Yeah, they do.
They be wild.
That's gross.
Is that
That's
wrong?
horrible.
It's a what wrong.
That's horrible.
So I would say this to all women. Gemini women too. Ooh, shit.
Not just alike.
There's a lot to like. There's a lot to like.
Yes.
There is. I mean,
Yeah.
my
There is.
2 oldest children are from a Leo. Jesus Christ.
Lucky.
No, she's an incredible mother, man. Like, fuck. Like, we didn't have no serious relationship, like, really, but when she got that boy, her whole shit changed. This is my boy. Nigga, I'll kill you for this boy. You know, her whole shit just flipped. Great mother. And then the daughter came 3 years later. And they're firebenders as well. Sages. Yeesh. Christ. Oof.
The lucky zodiac.
Yeah, hey, that's my son. My oldest. He's Sag. He gonna come through. I just want ladies to understand this about relationships. You guys are the material. The men might be the architects, but you guys are the material that he uses to build the relationship. This nigga is constructing a fucking relationship off of your ideological and emotional blueprint. Fuck. So if you don't check those beliefs that you have, if you don't check them to be valid, if you don't check them to be some cold shit, like a lot of times those beliefs come from trauma, they come from abusive situations, they come from all types of misunderstandings, abandonment, dad is gone, mama gone, I was raised by granny, you know, a lot of bullshit. And you give him those materials, he gonna build some bullshit and y'all gonna be mad. But the bullshit is still designed to teach you that it was bullshit. Those be the worst lessons. I did all of this shit to find out that all the shit I believed was wrong.
Okay, welcome to my life. Welcome to my current transition.
Wow. Goodness gracious. Mimi, how have all your failed relationships made you better? Give me 2 things that you got, that you extrapolated from all of your failed relationships. Ladies, get your 2 together.
Oh wait, what again? Say it again.
2 jewels that came out of all of the monkey dung.
I believe I learned to, before you can love anyone else, you gotta love yourself. So I learned that I have to love myself in order to love someone properly.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a jewel.
And I also learned that even if the relationship is failed or has failed, it still made me a better and a stronger person. And I try to get whatever tools came from that relationship or knowledge.
Yes, yes. I can smoke a bag of that. You want some little liners? Okay. I know you've been in like 3 relations. Oh, so cute. I just graduated. Okay, cool. What have you learned so far? I mean, you're in chapter 1, maybe even the preface of the book. But go ahead.
I learned that I have to, the way I start the relationship is how it's gonna finish. Sometimes I feel like I haven't valued myself up to a certain level, to a high standard, so that when I do, or when he comes to me with like bullshit, I'm like, what the hell, why is he coming with me with this? But I was like, oh, because in the beginning I was like, it's okay, it's cute, I'm gonna let it slide. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to be more like straightforward with that. And then, yeah, I haven't really dated that much, so I guess that would just really be it. So like, yeah, and that would have to go with like, that would have to go with like self-love, because I clearly wasn't valuing myself if I was treated that way. So
that's good shit.
Yeah.
Wayne, 2 things you've learned from all of your relationship failures.
Well, you know, because I'm an astrologer, so I can kind of see what my issues are. So I was born with Venus square Neptune. I'm always the victim, no matter what happens. No matter if I screw up, I was still the victim, to me. So that's a huge lesson for me to understand, that I have to understand where the other person's coming from, and I'm not always right. I can turn it around and make it about me when it,
That was good.
Yeah. And you know, the main thing that I've learned through all of my relationships, I don't listen. I don't listen to understand. I'm just ready to just tell my part without understanding where they're coming from.
Wow. Yeah. Great jewels. Angry Smurf, aka Little Juicy.
Oh my God.
By Nestle. In the Little Juicy box. Good.
So annoying. Okay, the 2 things I've learned is one, I've learned to stop trying to just be the homie all the time, because I feel like I'm always trying to be friends.
Wait, can I say something though? You got the dopest around the way girl, homie vibe. Like I call her she the Trojan horse girl. See, most dudes
take someone's dude because you the homie.
Like for instance, we play hoop every Saturday.
Yeah.
We don't allow no girls on the court.
I'm the only girl.
But you could come.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And then other girls hate me because like, why is she so cool? I'm like, sorry.
She's like she's like the girl hooper. I say the girl hooper is the most dangerous girl.
Yes, she is.
Because if they cute, if they pretty,
That makes it worse.
nigga, shit. They behind the scenes. They there with us. Right. They know us.
Right.
That's her vibe.
Yeah.
She get a nigga in trouble. Nigga would just be loved up. Go ahead, finish.
Oh yeah, but I realized that kind of hurts me in the end because they don't take the time to court me because I'm just a friend, you know, and then I lose my femininity and I don't do as much as I should, and vice versa, they don't do as much. So I felt like just trying to cut off that like homie thing in the beginning might not be the best like idea. Like that's something to develop like down the line maybe, as opposed to like right off the bat.
Right.
And then the second thing is I've learned to that everyone doesn't work like me. A lot of times when I get into arguments or things like that, like people need like work differently, and I just would be selfish and like, well, this is how I get over things, so we need to talk right now. And they're like, I don't want to talk right now. You know what I mean? So I've learned to just like accept that people operate differently, especially when it comes to just a lot of different things. So just to be more considerate of other people's feelings, and that will not hurt us in the end.
I like it. I like it. Tiff talk.
Yeah, I think the best thing I've learned so far from relationships that ended is that I don't see it as a failure as long as I did learn something. Like it's not lost time. I'm not entitled to anything.
I wasted my time.
As long as I learned something. So I think one of the biggest things I learned was it's not God's fault, it's mine.
Damn.
So taking responsibility for the mistakes in relationships. And that's what I'm like unpacking a lot of now. Like own it. It wasn't like, oh, God's testing me or God allowed this happen to make me strong. No, I made some badass decisions.
Wow.
Own that shit.
Right.
We need an accountability bell or whistle when they actually get accountable. We should ding ding ding. That shit was great.
So yeah, that was like one of the biggest things I learned. And yeah, I don't think it's a failed relationship as long as you learn something. It's only a failure if you are walking out playing the victim, acting like that person is a dog and you did nothing wrong. Like, no, that's the failure.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yes.
The two things I learned is men are at their weakest when they lie. I was weak for no reason when I was younger. You know how cute I was when I was younger? I didn't have to work. I ain't got to do shit. Pussy was free.
Right.
But because I was conditioned and cultured to believe that you gotta jump through hoops, I didn't have to jump through hoops. I didn't. You know, Kumo D recognizes, but he was like, nigga, you don't be talking to people about pussy. They just be giving it to you, nigga. Like, look at my ass. I got rings and shit around my eyes. I've always learned how to have a mouthpiece. You don't need no mouthpiece. And I didn't. But then I found that I would lie.
Wow.
I didn't even have to lie. The pussy was there at Jack in the Box.
Truth.
You know, I'd be at Jack in the Box. The pussy is right there.
Right.
It is available now.
Later.
Unwrap it with your jumbo jack and have them both. I didn't have to lie, but I did. And I noticed it diminished my power. But the moment I understood, Mo D told me this once, after I went through this tough breakup. That nigga said, nigga, the fuck is wrong with you? Nigga said, you are a god amongst insects. They are here to pleasure you if they are not at your level of consciousness. What? He said, yeah, nigga. The fuck else you think you're conscious for? You're conscious to help them get conscious. And while they're learning, you should be pleasuring yourself. He said, no, he was serious though.
Yeah.
He was like, the problem with you is that you have some of their beliefs. He was like, you think you are supposed to fit into the template of what the relationship is or what society says relationship is. He was like, no, nigga, you're not here for that. Do you hear the knowledge coming out your mouth? That lets me know, nigga, you're not here to be the guy they want. You're not here for that. He said, nigga, didn't your ex-girlfriend's mama tell you that you were a universal teacher and she didn't want you to fuck with her daughter because she knew you couldn't completely belong to her daughter? Shit. Mother did all my numbers. It's like, oh no, nigga, you can't be with my daughter. You belong to everybody, nigga.
Oh.
She was like, you have a mission. This is 20-some years, 25, 30 years. You have a mission. You're going to be teaching niggas. You can't be there for her the way she wants you to. And you know, women want what they want. Mo D reinforced that. He was like, nigga, you tripping. Fuck them all. And teach. You'll be okay. So that's what I learned. Lying, don't do it. And once I got over that shit, man, it's just been smooth sailing, nigga. So no lying and no using that shit for the wrong reasons. I'm around Brandon, and I be telling Brandon be like, yo, man, what happened, old girl? I don't be fucking with these niggas. Now, see, when I was younger, I would fuck with any. Hey, bring that pussy over here, girl. What we doing? I wouldn't turn it down. But when you get wiser, you recognize, like I said, you see the matrix. You see the problems, you see the issues, and then it becomes a decision. Do I want to deal with that?
Right.
This nigga's in 1996. That's when I was thinking like that. I see it in terms of years. I swear to God. Oh, this motherfucker is in 1987. It's 2017, but she's 1987 in her mindset. So I learned to stop fucking with people, and I'm telling brothers, learn to stop fucking with people you're past consciously.
Yeah.
Gosh, okay, that's enough. All right, this shit was fun.
Yes, it was.
You know, this shit was great. You guys want to tell people where you guys are?
Yeah.
Psychic Wayne, how can they find you? How can they get a reading?
Sure. Hit me up at psychicwayne1.com. That's psychicwayne1.com. Also go to Facebook, follow me, Psychic Wayne, get your daily horoscope. Also Instagram at psychicwayne1.
How dope was this show?
Dope.
This shit was fire. Mimi, where can they find you?
You can find me at Keeping It Real with Mimi on Instagram
See how
and
sweet
Twitter.
she sounds?
And you guys can catch me tomorrow, 7 to 8 on Accelerated Radio. It's your girl Mimi, and you know I'm keeping it real. I'll see y'all then.
That's like a smooth
I swear to God, nigga, Mimi, I be thinking about it too. I be like double dutching, like, rocking back and forth, like I'm gonna jump right into this. Okay.
Oh, it's my turn. Hey. Yeah, I'm on all social media at Tiff Talk TV. TIFFTALK TV. Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, everything. What I miss, Snapchat. And otherwise, if you want to see more serious professional side of me, check out my website at www.tiffanyram.com.
Right. Okay. Come on, Angry Smurf.
Mine is the same for all social media platforms, joeyxsb.com, but yeah. I do have a website, spoilbroke.com, if y'all want to check that out. I forgot about that.
Okay, this nigga gets blocked just on haterism alone.
Where? Who?
Just a nigga on
Don't be the one who just asked me to go to Dubai. Don't block him. I'm gonna follow up on that.
Oh, no.
Goodbye, my nigga.
Like another trip? Hey.
Okay, and what do you guys think of our young girl here, the young lioness?
She did great.
Oh,
Yay.
it's your first time?
Yeah.
Okay. It's your first time?
Tell them where they
Yeah.
can find you, youngling.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Raylantair, and that's RHELINTARYN.
Raylan. Young lioness of the Leo persuasion.
Yes.
Just learning her powers. Hey, we had a great time today. Listen, we'll be back Friday with another Voice of Reason. I'm Zoe Williams. We out. Deuces.
We out.
I told him
That shit was fire. That was crazy.
did you get it? Like the hook of the